I'm Kate Klim, a former Bostonian, but now I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I wanted to be a movie star, from the time I was 4 years old to that audition when I was 11, this close to meeting Michael J. Fox. And then I was around 14 or 15 and started really liking boys and went on a couple really good leadership trips in high school. That's when I suddenly had way more emotion than I knew what to do with, and rather than just saying other people's lines, I started to write my own. And I'd always played music, I just didn't want it to be my job. Probably writing on piano before I knew how to play piano. We had 5 kids in my house, and of us 5, I was the one who'd always walk by and noodle out a melody. Eventually my dad taught me Louie Louie with my pointer fingers, but I was writing little melodies, and then because I was already writing, my parents signed me up for lessons, so they kind of always went together. And I started adding words. We've got tapes of me being 4 or 5 years old making up words to songs about teddy bears and bunny rabbits. So I think I was making up words at a young age too. And then maybe 5th or 6th grade I started writing piano songs with words. I experiment with guitar all the time, but not in a manner that I would ever play it publicly. It's been my New Year's resolution to learn guitar for the past 5 years. I have a band. They all live up here in Boston though, and I've lived not in Boston for the past 5 years, I guess, first in Philadelphia and now in Nashville. So I play with the Boston band maybe once a year, and always at Passim. So when I do come back with them, and they're all in my album, my last 2 CDs. Yeah, I moved I think to Philadelphia 5 years ago, and then from Philadelphia to Nashville. Actually, Philadelphia to DC to Nashville, so I keep going south. So next stop is Miami. But I love Nashville, and I had gone down after I made my first real studio album. The producer sent the CD to a publisher, and I kind of got introduced to the world of professional writing, where people wake up and their job is to actually write songs. So I moved down there to pursue that, and I've kind of backed off that a little bit. It's kind of a dying industry, but it's a great place to have your home base be while you're going and touring, and Boston's still my second home. I think I still have the best fans in Boston. Nashville's a weird town. There's so many musicians, you can't really gig there, so I tend to leave town to play more. Some people who are probably less finicky than I am, got a little OCD perfectionism going on, and who are probably more reliable live, I think, could go into a room with a band and just do one take where they all play at the same time. But right now, most people record their album by recording the piano track and then bringing in the guitar player and stuff like that. So we recorded parts of it as a group, but then there were other parts where it would be just me in a room with a piano recording the piano part, which, while it was separate from the band, it was still magical. It was still me in a dimly lit room playing an acoustic piano. So it's different, but it's still emotional, and it was really fun. I think the album's called Kamikaze Love, and I think the song Kamikaze Love is still the one that hits closest to home for me, and that I am proud of, because it's a little different just by title alone. Someone said she left her husband to one of my songs, so her friends had it ready, she got in the car and they played I Choose Me, which is off of my old album, so that's the most surprising thing for sure someone's ever told me.